Hello friends, good week and welcome to the weekly review for the 26th of September 2011. Well, what a week we have had. After Bernanke, the US dollar did an amazing up move, and from my point of view, it looks like it's only the beginning. I have begin to have the kind of feeling that the end of this year and probably 2012 are going to be US dollar months and year. And I will try to go over the chart and share it with you. And I believe that the US dollar strengthening is just the beginning for something much more stronger during the next year probably. But it's, of course, it's only an opinion, it's only a prediction, and it might be changed because the market is now very fundamentally, and with all the problems the world has right now, it looks like it's going to happen. So let's go over the charts and try to understand what do we have and what opportunities we might have during this week and how can we enjoy them. So let's discuss first of all about this interesting pair dollar Canadian. Well, it did an extremely strong move up here since Wednesday, since Bernanke. Extremely strong way, one way up, and it looks like it's going strongly long term up. Now, I do not believe it's going to be one way. I believe, of course, that after a more than 600 pips straight move, we are going to have some sidewing, maybe even little new high, and then corrections. Well, as a rule, right? I do not think the US dollar is going to make one way straight move. I believe it's going to happen, but of course we're going to see a lot and a big war between the US dollar and all the other currency pairs. All the other currencies actually, and we will see some good corrections before the move begins. Continues. Sorry. If you take a look here on the dollar Canadian, let me just erase these lines, the unneeded lines. It is now sits on very strong resistance. This spike, this previous spike, and this area as support. On weekly chart, you can see it much better. This is the area. It's very strong, around the 103, 103.50 area. On daily chart, this is how it looks like. So it might continue little higher, false breaks and retrace. I believe we're going to see some retrace. It will take time, but for long run, if we based on weekly chart, I think dollar Canadian should and would go and raise all the way back to 108 at least for next weeks or probably months. But for long run, I would not be surprised if we will have this pair all the way up again to 117. It will not happen in days or weeks, it will happen in months, maybe until the next year. This is how I expect this move. So a break above the 103.50 would lead us for the rise to 108. The Bollinger Bands of weekly is open, and the RSI is pointing strongly up. Of course, the stochastic crossed up as well. We are very bullish. A close above the 103.50 will lead the move. I want to see this move comes after some retraces or false break and retrace, building here some flag or some patterns, maybe sideways moves as it did before, and then a break, and it might create an amazing up move. On the short term, of course, we can look for the corrections. On 1 hour chart, you can see we have now kind of uptrend line here and a support. Breaking below this support on 1 hour chart might lead us to the 20 MA and provide on 20 MA of the Bollinger Bands on 4 hour chart and provide us some move down. That's about the dollar Canadian. Let's move forward and take a look on the euro dollar and the pound dollar. The euro dollar weekly chart is aiming down. It's not a question at all anymore. Now we have a trend line that has been broken, retested, and continues lower. We have a support area, right, around the 133, maybe a little higher, and the next support area is much lower, around the 129. From one of these levels, I believe the euro is going to make a good correction, or from this area, around 133, 134, actually that's the same area. Sorry, it might begin the correction to the 20 MA back, or it might play here, go lower, and continuing this divergence, and then begin a strong retrace up. It will not be, as I say, I do not believe it's going to be one way down. I believe we will see some zigzag, some corrections, but the situation in Greece will definitely affect on euro and on all the markets. And as it looks right now, we are going, and we should be prepared for Greece to bankrupt, actually, and it's going to make all the interest around the euro. So once again, I believe we are going down. I would look for the euro to join after the correction. If it retraces here to around the 137 area, maybe even a little higher, maybe a little lower, to the 20 MA, it will be good area to begin to look for the sell. A close below the 133 should provide the down move all the way to 130, 129 actually. Let's take a look on the pound dollar, which did this straight move down, also begins to create a continuing divergence here. I believe it's going to play some days here with possible rise up. I think the 156 or little higher should be very important area, and I believe that during the next days we will see an attempt to rise back to this area, maybe even a little higher to 157. I don't think it's going to be straight move. I do believe it's going to play. If it breaks the 153.50, which is this support area, it will probably go and aim directly the weekly trend line, which will meet us around the 151, maybe even 150. And anyway, the retrace will come as longer as the daily divergence will go and make the continuing move. The retrace will be much more powerful. If you take a look, the pound dollar is already more than 1,000 pips straight move down. It is